Welcome, everybody, to Bird of the Day. Today's Bird of the Day was a viewer request. I said, hey, what should I do? Somebody threw out this suggestion, and I'm like, okay, it sounds like a good one. Oh my god, Bird of the Day, I'm just in time. You are just in time, Kyoko. Thanks for joining, Kyoko. Good to see you. Always good to see you here. Alright. Well, today's bird of the day, as I said, was a viewer suggestion. Very common bird, one I guarantee pretty much every one of you has heard of. Today's bird of the day is the Atlantic canary. Or, just the canary. People talk about canary, this is what you're talking about. You're talking about a little canary. Look, little cute old yellow guy. Cute little yellow canary. We all love a canary. Also, looks like my bird of the day thing is not quite... There we go. There we go. You have two canaries. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, canaries are very nice little birds. Yeah? And I do mean little birds. Only 3.9 to 4.7 inches. And a good chunk of that is tail. They're little fellas. Little fellas. And, they're 8.3, 9.3 inch wingspans. They're pretty good wing size for how little they are. And, real light birds, only about half an ounce on average. Yeah, so small. They're very little birds. Very little birds. Out in the wild, the Atlantic canaries can live, about up to 8 years. It's about as long as they live. But in captivity, about 20 years. So, interesting thing about the canary is that they are very common as a domesticated bird. Very common pet bird. And that's actually still technically the same species as the Atlantic canary, but they are considered a subspecies because there have been enough variants in them that they're now considered a subspecies of the Atlantic canary. And little past form words. As you can see there, they live on the Canary Islands off of the west coast of Africa. That's where they come from. This is all because you posted... Yeah, Ira, it's pretty much up to you. Yeah, this is all on you, Ira. It's literally up to you. And, you mentioned Big Bird. So they're the two most famous canaries in the entire world are Big Bird and Tweety Bird. And they're down there. Now, Tweety Bird, I can see it. He's a little small bird. He's about the right size. Big Bird, they say he's a canary, but he's some sort of mutated canary because he's several hundred times larger than the average canary, but that's what they say he is. They say Big Bird's a canary, and, okay. One odd couple. I wonder if there's ever been a crossover between Big Bird and Tweety Bird. It feels like at some point there might have been. Some point. But, those are the two most famous ones. And I was also wondering, hey, what about Snoopy's little friend Woodstock? Looked it up. No, Woodstock is not a canary. And in fact, they never actually specify what species of bird Woodstock is, but they've, brought it up. And Snoopy has, a little side arc where he's trying to figure out what kind of bird he is. And in the end, it says, doesn't matter what type of bird he is. The important thing is that he's a friend. So... we don't know what kind of bird Woodstock is, even though he's got a lot of canary-like features. So as I mentioned, the Atlantic canary, they live pretty much in the wild just on the Canary Islands. Now, the interesting thing is that Canary Islands were named after a person, and the bird then was named after the islands. So the Canary Islands weren't named that because there was canaries on them. The canaries were named canaries because they were on the Canary Islands. So there you go. And, what are they most known for? Oh, these are singing birds. People love... Well, hey, come on. I mean, haven't you ever heard the idiom? He sang like a canary? That idiom's got to come from somewhere, Old Tony, don't give him any information, because the cops bring him in, he's gonna sing like a canary. That's the idiom. That's how it works. Budgie Eater. That's what he does. Yeah, they are definitely known for their songs. They say that the average adult canary knows over 400 songs, and they can do all sorts of cool whistles and mimics and stuff like that. They are one of the bird species, one of the few passiforms that is actually capable of mimicking human speech. Ah, we're gonna get to that too, Ira. We're gonna get to that. That's not so much an idiom as it's a false narrative, but we're gonna get to that in a second. Um, but yeah, they're pastiforms are less known for being the mimickers. Obviously ravens are very good at mimicking, and canaries are as well. But usually that's something associated with parrots. So it's pretty neat that they're able to do this. They're some of the best singers in the whole pastiform order. So very cool. They have found that the songs of domesticated ones vary greatly from the ones that are out in the wild, but both of them still excellent singers. And the males are typically going to be more vocal and have more range to their singing than the females, but that's because that's kind of how they attract the male. They do a little canary karaoke and try and lure in the ladies that way. So it's pretty cool. They're pretty great singers. Another thing is that though the standard canary color is yellow, a lot of, especially the domesticated ones, they have been found to be other colors. You can have kind of a pinkish color, kind of like a mango orange color. Even some of them have a little bit of a greenish hue to them, so they can be pretty colorful. I mean, mostly they're yellow, but yep, karaoke. Gotta prove them pipes. Yeah, you got it. Do they know Freebird? Oh, I'm sure you could teach them Freebird. Yeah, it's a long guitar solo. I'd love to hear a canary whistle the whole guitar solo of Freebird. That'd be pretty great. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that talked about? Hey, you know, we gotta go down in the coal mine and we're gonna bring a caged canary because it's gonna die before we do if there's a thing. Well, here's the thing: is that now birds were brought down into mines for that very reason. However, they didn't usually do canaries because canaries only being found on the Canary Islands made them kind of rare, and to have them as pets, it made them kind of expensive. So they actually think that the most likely birds that started that myth, the yellow bird that was inside the cages to test that thing, was most likely a goldfinch or a warbler rather than a canary. They would just use small little local birds because they were way cheaper to get. So, yeah, the whole idea of birds in a cage in a mine it's got some truth to it, but it was very, very rarely a canary because canaries are too hard to get a hold of and too expensive, especially back in the day when that was the method that they used. I mean, obviously these days they've got much better technology than a bird, you know. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. It's a whole area is a canary in there. And the police song title wouldn't be nearly as catchy. What, Synchronicity 2? Or Roxanne, you don't have to put up a red light. Do 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 da da da. That's all I gotta say to you. Anyway, the canary, they are very social birds. They pair up every year. They are not monogamous birds, not in the slightest. They live in do 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 da da da. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're very social birds. They like to hang out in big flocks, big colorful flocks of birds. They support each other. They hunt together, and I mean, their hunting is basically just insects. So they're, pretty typical of a small little bird like this. They're going to eat a mixture of nuts and seeds and grains, and also a lot of, little bugs like their ants, beetles, little stuff like that. So they don't eat anything little small fit into their little beak. They're going to eat, and yeah, they work together to ward off predators and do stuff like that. When it gets to the nesting season, the females are going to do all the nest building while the males kind of defend and watch out for the territory. But once the eggs hatch, both parents will go and gather food and feed the little baby. So pretty good fathers. And usually throughout the year, they'll have, 2 or 3 clutches of eggs that'll be like 3 to 5 eggs each. So they're doing pretty good. Yeah, their populations are actually on the Canary Islands. They're doing very strong. They are an animal that is considered of least concern. They're doing great. And especially, I mean, the domesticated version of it. It's like these guys are not under threat of going extinct anytime soon, which is good because they're good little birds. Good little birds. So I gotta say about the canary, I'm not 100% sure this picture canary was little as a canary. Well, that's the thing is that the wild ones tend to have a little bit more of that darker coloring on them. They've got a lot of variations in their color things, so I'm pretty sure these are canaries. But yeah, I like the canary. Good little, I like that little Tweety bird. I mean, who doesn't like Tweety bird? Tweety bird's great. I mean, okay, who doesn't like Tweety bird? Sylvester doesn't like Tweety bird. Your cat trying to eat a little yellow bird. But yeah, they're great. I love a bird that can sing. I love the cute little birds. I didn't know canaries can get me arrested. Hey, it's just like, they sing like a canary. That's what they're gonna do. They're little narcs, so don't go committing crimes near them. Sylvester wants to eat it. Yeah, he's delicious birds. And that's the thing. Keep your cats inside, people. Cats kill a lot of birds. Don't let your cats near birds. Please, for the bird population and for the safety of your cat as well. Keep your cats inside. I can't stress that enough. And especially don't bring cats to the Canary Islands. The cuteness is how they get you. It's true. It's how they get you. So yeah, the canary. Great little bird. Hope you like it. I like it. Definitely, may not necessarily. Oh, I mean, with their song abilities, they've got some intelligence to them. Oh, the city pigeon? Oh, we're going to get to that, Ira. That's definitely on the docket. I haven't done a proper house with 11 cats outside. Good lord. That's too much. It's too much. But, yeah, we're going to call this bird of the day done. Good bird. Thanks for watching it. And if you're on YouTube, could you please like and subscribe? I mean, you don't have to. But if you liked it, I'd appreciate it. Yeah. Winged rat in New York. Yeah, not canaries, though. Talking about pigeons. We'll get to pigeons someday. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to call this bird of the day done.